Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Soyez le bienvenu, soyez le quartier de gang. Je m'appelle Sheila, and today on Spotted, I have Princess Diana. Like most of us fell in love with her. We got to love her because she had a big heart. She was beautiful and she was British royalty. But at the end of the day, sadly, she ended up dying in 1997. Today, we live the life of Princess Diana. Take a look. British royalty Princess Diana Spencer was born on July 1st, 1961, near Sandringham, England. Diana, Princess of Wales, was one of the most adored members of the British royal family. She was the daughter of Edward John Spencer, Viscountess Althorp, later known as the Honourable Francis Shad Kiad. Her parents divorced when Diana was young, and her father won custody of her and her siblings. She was educated first at Ridersworth Hall and then went to boarding school at West Heath School. She became Lady Diana after her father inherited the title of Earl Spencer in 1975. Although she was known for her shyness growing up, she did show an interest in music and dancing. Diana also had a great fondness of children. After attending school at the Institute of Alphain Vidamante in Switzerland, she moved to London. She began working with children, eventually becoming a kindergarten teacher at the Young England School. Diana was no stranger to the British royal family, having reportedly played with Prince Edward and Prince Andrew as a child while her family rented Park House, an estate owned by Queen Elizabeth II. In 1977, she became reacquainted with their older brother, Prince Charles, who was 13 years her senior. As the heir to the British throne, Prince Charles was usually the subject of media attention, and his courtship with Diana was no exception. The press and the public were fascinated by the seemingly odd couple, the reserved, the garden-loving prince, and the shy woman with an interest in fashion and popular culture. When the couple married on July 29, 1981, the ceremony was broadcasted on television around the world, with millions of people tuning in to see what many consider to be the wedding of the century. On July 21st, 1982, Diana and Charles had their first child, Prince William Arthur Phillips Louis. He was joined by a brother, Prince Henry Charles Albert David, commonly known as Prince Harry. More than 2 years later, on September 15th, 1984, initially overwhelmed by her royal duties and the intense media coverage of nearly every aspect of her life, Diana began to develop and pursue her own interests. Princess Diana served as a strong supporter of many charities and worked to help the homeless people living with HIV and AIDS, plus the children in need. Unfortunately, the fairy tale wedding of Princess Diana and Prince Charles did not lead to a happily ever after marriage. The two became estranged over the years, and there were reports of infidelities from both parties. During the union, Diana struggled with depression and bulimia. The couple's separation was announced in December 1992 by the British Prime Minister John Major, who read a statement from the royal family to the House of the Commons. The divorce was finalized in 1996. Even after the divorce, Diana maintained a high level of popularity. She devoted herself to her sons and to such charitable efforts as the battle against the use of landmines. Princess Diana used her international celebrity to raise awareness about the issue. She also continued to experience international negative aspects of fame. Her 1997 romance with Egyptian film producer and playboy Dodi Al-Fayed caused quite a stir and created a media frenzy. While visiting in Paris, the couple was involved in a car crash after trying to escape from paparazzi on the night of August 30th, 1997. Diana initially survived the crash, but later succumbed to her injuries to a Paris hospital a few hours later. Al-Fayed and the driver were also killed, and a bodyguard was seriously injured. French authorities investigated the crash, and the driver was found to have had a high level of alcohol in his system at the time of the accident. The role of the pursuing photographers in the tragedy was also scrutinized. News of her sudden, senseless death shocked the world. Thousands turned out to pay tribute to the People's Princess during her funeral procession. The funeral was held at Westminster Abbey, which was broadcast on television. Her body was later buried at her father's estate in Anthrop. In 2007, making the 10th anniversary of her death, her sons Prince William and Harry honored their beloved mother with a special concert held on what would have been her 46th birthday. The proceeds of the event went to charities supported by Diana and her sons. Prince William and his wife Kate Middleton also remembered Princess Diana while naming their second child Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana, who was born on May 2nd, 2015. Continuing her charitable efforts is the Diana Princess of Wales Memorial Fund. Established after her death, the fund provides grants to numerous organizations and supports initiatives to provide care to the sick in Africa, help refugees, and stop the use of landmines. May her soul rest in eternal peace. You are a princess, I am a princess, but at the end of the day, what matters is what is that extraordinary factor that makes you the princess of people. Princess Diana was a princess of the people, and people loved her, and that is why we still remember her legacy today. I had Princess Diana. Hope you've emulated one or two things from her, and I hope all the princesses today get to live a life that is emulated. Till next time, bonsoir.